a nice size RDA. Psst. Damn cats I can't do anything. What up guys, it's Cubs here. Welcome back to another edition of Flavor Strainer. So today I'm actually going to do my first complete review on a mod called the Aiden Mod. But first I actually have to apparently need to put a little description somewhere. So I'll just drop it right here. Welcome back. Long time no see. You guys miss my mustache yet? Let's go ahead and get started. Today, I actually... Damn cats. Today, I'm actually pretty excited. I get to do this review for a local gentleman. His name is Brian. He actually put together something called the Aiden Mod. The Aiden Mod is a full 100% copper... 100% brass mechanical mod. It's a high-end mod. I'll go ahead and start with the box. I'm going to get you guys awesome pictures right over here. And probably just put one up here. Anyways, the box. Nice little wooden box. Engraved into the top of it is the Aiden logo, a nice little dragon with a Celtic, not Celtic, but Celtic knot. Burnt edges, kind of goes with the dragon theme. It's pretty nice. Made in the USA. This whole mod is actually made in the USA. Designed, created, everything. The brass comes from here. So nothing was outsourced. It's all here in the US. So it flips up. Has nice construction. It can actually accommodate a little lock. A little tiny lock. But it flips up to reveal the mod. Now this one has 3 tubes. The third one I'm using here. It's a little bit tarnished because I've been holding it, messing with it, checking it all out. Holds 3 tubes. This one actually holds the button when this one is in here. So the box, all in all, the box isn't gonna withhold a lot. Like, you can't go stepping on this or anything. It's gonna crush really easy. It's probably pine, but you know, it's not some crazy super thick oak or anything, some cedar box. It's you know, a little bit thicker than a cigar box, pieced together very well. It's neat looking. Holds the product well. It's got a felt bottom, red felt bottom, and then it has a foam insert that holds the 3 brass tubes and the button. So first off, let me vape this. Get some juice on here. I'm running 0.28 single coil from Premier Waya, W-A-Y-A. Single coil, threw it in here. So I did do a voltage drop test, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But keep in mind, this is my first mod review. So, this thing's actually really sexy. Let's go ahead and break it down. So you'll see you've got all 3 tubes there, and you'll notice, probably the first thing you'll notice is there's no seam in the top. There's no top cap. It's a hybrid connection, no top cap whatsoever. So once you make connection with your Addy, it's done. Your connection is made. There's no unscrewing. There's no additional parts for that. It is literally 3 tubes with your hybrid connection already built in. The threading on the hybrid, of course, is 510, but it's very clean threading. This brass is not like the normal, like, it's not too soft. It's pretty sturdy. I've dropped it a couple of times, don't tell anybody, but it's pretty sturdy brass. It's heavy duty brass. It's not machined from a tube and then the parts added on. It's actually machined originally from one solid brick of brass. They machine the top tube, and then from the same brick they machine the button and the contacts for the button. It is a dual spring design. So if you're familiar with the K100, the Sigeli bottom button, mods like that, you have a spring on the button, and then you have, that creates the tension against the battery. So you have the spring, it has a Darlin, the damn plastic that everybody uses, protection, so that way you don't make connection from the spring to the battery. But it does pop off easily, can be set aside. Then you have the button without the spring. First thing I noticed is you've got this gnarled connection. The bottom connection is a gnarled screw. What that means is you can get in there and really crank it down. You don't have to worry about stripping it. You don't have to worry about it coming apart. It has that grip on there. You don't have to grab any tools or anything. Once it's cranked down, that thing's not moving. I'll show you another little clip right here. That clip actually, number one, is a bitch to record. But yeah, you can see, like, I'm trying to unscrew the connection and it kind of sticks. It's not because it's dirty, which it is, my bad. I've been using it to high hell, and I needed to get this done. I didn't clean it up. That's my fault. It doesn't look the prettiest. I didn't polish it. Ain't nobody got time for that. Anyways, so once it's screwed in, that connection's not going anywhere. It's there. When you unscrew it, I just want to say no uppy closies. There's no uppy closies. You get pictures. I'll give you a couple of little clips. Yes, they are horribly done, but yeah, no uppy closies, whatever. I think that's Grim Green. Grim Green says uppy closey. Yeah. No close-ups. I find it annoying. I like to get a picture, clear view of it. You can see the little video clips that I tried to do. So you have the bottom button contact gnarled. When you unscrew that, you get the bottom button actually comes off, and you'll see a nice spring. This spring is actually fairly heavy duty. It's a thick spring. I've been taking it down to as low as a 0.15. No issues, no hot button. It hasn't melted on me or anything. However, I've never built anything lower than that, so I wouldn't know how well it'll stand up. But safely, a 0.15 can be used on this spring. You don't have to worry about killing it. Parts. So say you do kill the spring. You contact the company, which is BNC Vape Industries, I believe. Their link will be below, their Facebook and everything. You contact them and just let them know, hey, I need another spring. They'll take care of you. So moving down the rest of the button, once we put it back all together, you'll see there's only one gnarled edge. Gnarled? No, that's not the right. There's one cutout edge for your finger for hitting the button. Now, what that means is your finger doesn't go all the way across. It is meant for the pinky or one finger, not for not to have your finger go all the way across the bottom of the button. Secondly, you'll get the you'll notice that the button, depending on the type of cap you use, or sorry, the type of battery you use, it will have either a fairly large throw or a fairly short throw. But even the short throw is better than I've seen on some. With a flat top battery, this well, it helps if I put the whole thing back together. With the flat top battery, there's a nice long throw. It's not a hard, or it's not a super hard throw, but it's not a soft throw either. So you have to intentionally push the button. There's no safety mechanism on it, but even sitting its own weight on it, you know, it's not firing. I had to make the effort to push it in order to get it to fire. So, let's go back. We'll start at the top. You've got your 510 connection, which is a hybrid connection directly to the battery. It's fused, not fused, but it's actually built into the tube, so there's no changing out the top cap. You move down and you'll see that emblem again, the same one that's on the box. But if you feel it, you're going to feel that it's raised as opposed to etched into, lower than the standard etched into the tube, as opposed to it's well, shit, I can't talk. You'll notice that it's raised and it's not etched into the brass tube, but raised up. What's kind of neat about this is I have a feeling even if you were to finally wear off all that, the discoloration from it being raised or etched still, I guess would still be considered etched, although it's not etched into, it's etched above. If you were to wear off the coloration, you're still going to see it because of the way it's on the tube. Little kitty cat, are you okay? Hey, you gotta stop it. So, yeah, you're going to feel it. You're going to still see it even if you tarnish, or with wear and tear, the discoloration of the emblem will still be visible. You move down. It's a very sleek design. It's just a straight tube. There's no curves to it. The only difference from the straight tube is on the back side you get the indent for your finger. It fits comfortably. With one finger. You don't have to go all the way across. It doesn't go all the way across, so it just kind of feels more natural. Then you have the button. The button says Aiden B&C Industries. Aiden, A-I-D-E-N. Aiden is a Celtic word. Celtic? Gaelic? Scottish? I don't know. It's someplace over there near the Loch Ness Monster. But it's Aiden Mod. And right there in the middle of the button says Made in the USA. Now this is a tester one, so you won't see a serial number on it. In all honesty, I have no idea where the serial number would be on this mod. I believe it's on the back side of the tube, opposite of the emblem. but I could be completely wrong. I do know, however, that all three tubes are numbered the same, so it's not just the button. If we go and unscrew again the button from the tube, these are thick threads. They're not chintzy little small threads. You know, you've got 800 turns to get it screwed in. There's a lot of threads. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 7 or 8 threads, but they're hefty, they're smooth, they're solid. You don't feel any burrs, or it doesn't feel like it's going to get stuck. So, all in all, the look and the feel of this mod. This mod is a hefty mod. You put the battery in it, and it's even more hefty. You put a nice size RDA. Psst. Damn cats can't. I can't do anything. You guys better go lay down and kick your asses. Anyways, you feel it. You put it in your hand. It is a hefty mod all together with the 3 tubes. Honestly, I haven't had a chance because I don't have batteries for the other 3 tubes. With the 3 tubes, you feel like you've bought quality just from the weight. I don't know if it's just something that I've grown used to or growing up. If it doesn't have weight to it, it must be cheap, right? So, all in all, hefty-wise, so weight-wise, it feels sturdy. In your hand, it feels like a nice heavy vape. Now, size, diameter. Everybody's like, is it 22, 23, 21? I think the standard is 22 for most atomizers. This particular one is actually, this mod is actually 23 millimeters. What that means, when you put a RDA on it, there's going to be a little bit of a ledge after the RDA, but it's not much. It actually is kind of appealing. It means that a lot of RDAs aren't going to have that smooth, completely smooth look all the way down. So if you like that look, you may not like this one that much, just because of that little ledge. I think I've covered everything for visually. It's the brass, it's a very, I want to say it's a dense brass. It's not a light brass. I've got other brass mods that don't feel so heavy. How's it hit? How's it vape? Well, single coil. I've got 4 holes drilled into this RDA. The RDA is the King Sword by Sigeli. I enjoy it. I'm digging it so much. It's sad I had to give it back. Today I'm using the Orbtronic SX30 with the button top. They do have them now flat top, but the button top. This particular RDA fits perfectly all the way down, no issues. The only thing I've really had an issue with is, yes, I still use button tops. And everybody knows the 4.9, you can't put a button top in the 4.9, otherwise it'll auto fire. This, however, I tried a bunch of different RDAs. I don't have a huge plethora of RDAs. I've got some clones. I've got the Sigeli Sig-S's, this King Sword. I've got a Authentic Patriot. I've got some clones. I've got some other clones, whatnot. But nonetheless, I only had one issue with one RDA. However, I've heard that there's some other ones that might have the same issue. The the Doge, the doggy, the Doge. I picked it up at VapeCon, brought it home, put a nice build on it, put it on the Aiden Mod with the top cap or the top button Orbtronic, and it auto fired immediately. But I also noticed when I put the Doge on my Sigelli, it doesn't sit flush. It's got a really long post. So if you're rocking a button top cap or button top battery, you're going to run into auto firing with anything with the super long post. I can't take the top cap off because there's no top cap. It is metal on metal on metal everywhere on this, except the connection, the spring that keeps the battery from rattling. No rattling. So if you have any RDA that sits almost flush with your center post and the actual RDA itself, the 510 connection and the center post, you're going to have auto fire issues. But at the same time, this kind of goes along with any hybrid connection. They all have the same issue. If you've got a fucked up post, or if you've got a long post, you may have auto fire issues. Secondly, this is an expensive mod. In my world, it's expensive. I don't get mods for free. I'm not Rip Tripper. I'm not Grim Green. I get them. I get to use them. Sometimes I have to return them. And at the price point, I wouldn't be able to afford this. Would I love it? Abso-freaking-lutely. I'd love to get this. But with the price point, I wouldn't be able to afford it. It's definitely a collector's piece. Comes with the nice box, the 3 tubes, something you would want to show off to your friends. That being said, at the same time, as a collector's piece, how often do you take that really, really expensive mod out that you love to death and take it out on the town? Probably not too often. So it may not be an issue for some people. It may be a horrible issue for others. There's no safety on this. It is straight button. There's no safety on it. I can see from Brian's point of view, if you have a Ferrari, and if you got enough money for a Ferrari, you probably have your beater car, which is probably a Porsche or whatever. But you have your car for going out and showing off, and you take really nice care of it and pay very special, particular attention to it. And then you have your mod for everyday use that you would, take out for everywhere, and you know that you can thrash it, you can push it around, whatever, and you don't have to worry about it. I don't see that this would be an issue for auto firing at all, unless you're using the button top batteries and a really long post, but you would know it would auto fire before you even put it together. The spring in this is pretty hefty. It has a really short throw right now because of the combination that I'm using. But if we put a different battery in, you have to push a little in order to screw it in to catch that first thread. But if we put a flat top battery, that throw is a lot longer. And again, you still have to intentionally push it. I don't have the little thing for it, but that throw is easily like 3 or 4 millimeters. I don't have a little pressure gauge, but you have to push. There's no getting away with, you can't set it down on something with a point or an edge on it and expect that it auto fire. It's just not going to happen. So, depending on how you vape, depending on your use of the mod, depending on how you would care for this mod, it may not be an issue. All in all, if you're a serious collector, you like brass mods, you like the feel, the heftiness to it, the color. I enjoy the textured top emblem, the Aiden and the B&C Industries and Made in the USA. Those are actually inlaid. Inlaid? No, they're etched in, but they're into the metal as opposed to standing on top of the metal. You're not going to wear it out anytime soon. Let's get down to some numbers. I did a voltage drop test. Nothing crazy. I put everything together, and it's a 4.17 when I start. I'll have a little clip there. And then it's when I do the test, I put the same build that I've been vaping on, which is 0.28. I'll show you a little picture here. That 0.28 is added onto the inline meter, and I test it 4 times just to get an average. They were back to back. I should have let it sit, but I'm new to this, and I really don't know how people use these little meters. I get the gist of it. I know what I'm doing for the most part, but I know there's better meters out there. This isn't the best one. So I did it 3 times. I get the average of, I believe it's 3.44 something. And but I'll add all the numbers together for you guys. You can see it right there on the screen. Put that all together, subtract that from the original 4.17. We got just short of half a volt. Yes, half a volt voltage drop. You know what that means for a hardcore vapor? Not a damn thing, really. Nothing. You're not going to notice that half a volt between anything else you vape. Keep in mind, I didn't do a new fresh battery each time I tested it. I didn't let it sit in between. It was pretty much just a couple of seconds and do it again. But all in all, you're not even getting a full half volt drop. So it's minuscule. If you do any voltage tests yourself, or if you think you're experienced enough to tell the difference between half a volt, I would love to see somebody show me that they can truly tell the difference when they're vaping between half a volt drop. This isn't a competition mod. This isn't a everyday, in my opinion. This isn't an everyday go out and, your everyday constantly in your hand vape. Overall, price point, mod style, this is definitely for collectors. This is definitely somebody that loves their mods, and knows how to take care of their mods, knows how a mod works. You don't just throw it around, you don't just shove it in your pocket. The only 2 cons I found were the connection, but it's kind of the same for any hybrid 510 connection, and the non-safety. All in all, badass little piece. You're going to be hard pressed to find anything wrong with this. I've scrutinized it. I've put it through the ringers for everything. the worst I've done on this is there's a small nick in the brass, but that was dropped directly onto the cement, and I suppose it could probably get polished out, but all in all, if you know your mod, if you know what the hell you're doing, and you know you're not messing with a, you know, a little $20 clone, this mod's going to be fine for you. And if you guys want to know what I'm vaping on, Lucid Liquid Love Potion. I guess that's it, guys. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. All in all, tell me what you guys think. What would you guys like to see on it, or maybe your thoughts on it from what I've showed you. Got you some really nice, clean, up-close photos, some decent little in-close video. I got you some voltage testing on it. Not the greatest, but you get an idea. Half a volt. Seriously, half a fucking volt. It's not bad. I've seen worse. Yeah. So, hit me up, guys. Enjoy my new outro. Make sure you check out my other videos. Like, subscribe, review. Like, subscribe, follow, Twitter, twat, whatever's out there, I'm on it. Hit me up. What's some of the juices you guys would be excited to see? All in all, I hope you enjoyed my first official, authentic mod review. Alright, guys. Vape on Vape Heads. Little plastic thingamajig. Kind of looks like a monkey. And it's actually designed to help people with O's.
Really?